Ooh, that rotation's getting stronger. Yep. Okay, so that tornado warning from earlier that we were watching, that storm what did weaken, and that's what caused the tornado warning to be canceled, but it is re-strengthened again. We have this tornado warning right here for Tyner and Altoona. This is until 7:45 p.m. and you can see this rotation much stronger. It's heading right towards Tyner. Let's pull up here. Let's zoom in. You can see this really strong green outbounds back towards the radar, strong red away bounds here, going away from the radar, and is heading right towards Tyner. This is just occurring here over the last 10 to 15 minutes, and it is quickly moving to the southeast, a little bit to the east-southeast here, and it is moving quickly, about 20 to 30 miles an hour, and is about to move right into Tyner. Let's pull up here the arrival times. It's moving fairly quickly about this direction at about 20 miles an hour. So it is about to be in Tyner here. You can see this area of rotation right here, right down the middle. It is moving quickly right into Tyner and here out to Altoona, 7:39 arrival roughly. But it is about to hit Tyner. They have not confirmed a tornado on the ground. At least I have not seen anything. There have been some observed rotating wall clouds, but they have not observed any tornadoes or funnel clouds on the ground. Again, we are watching this. There's also some extremely large hail, getting close to 2.5 inches that is possible with this storm. Their area of rotation, again, through about 3 miles just south of Blackwell, now heading to Tyner. You can see here it should be getting there in the next 3 minutes. If you have a tornado shelter, get into it. We don't know if there's a tornado on the ground, but there is a tornado warning that has been issued until 7:45 p.m. And again, it should be getting to Tyner here in just the next few minutes. It looks fairly strong here, stronger than the last rotation that was warned just a few minutes ago. We're going to be continuing to watch here. So again, if you're in Tyner, try to get to your safe space here. This is a strong low-level rotation, stronger than what we were seeing earlier. This tornado warning is in effect until 7:45, and again, it's going to be here in Tyner in just a few minutes, and then in Altoona here just a few minutes later, about 10 minutes later at 7:39. But again, strong area of rotation here, just about 3 miles south of Blackwell. It is about to enter into Tyner here. It's now to the east of I-35 here, but to the west of 177. And again, moving to the east, southeast, south-southeast here. It's kind of just moving in this general direction. It is shifting a little bit because this tornado is moving, and with it, it does change its direction. But this general direction to the southeast here, it is bearing down on Tyner just here in the next few minutes. We're going to be continuing to watch here. This is a high precipitation supercell, so it will be difficult to see any tornado as it's probably going to be rain wrapped here. So don't try and get out and see it. There is a strong rotation here, strong rotation signature on radar. And again, this is just radar indicated rotation. We got kicked off, so we got nothing. Okay, can we ask them to not? Because this is pretty strong rotation. Okay, got it. Yeah, this is like some pretty strong rotation bearing down on Tyner. Dang, that was a lot better than last time too, that coverage. Okay. But yeah, so we're completely off everything right now then? Okay. Hmm. All right, we have this tornado warning here in effect until 7:45. We just got back on here, and it is slowly moving towards Tyner. It has slowed down a little bit. We thought it was going to be there at 7:29. It's just, again, just to the northwest of Tyner. This is a much stronger rotation couplet than what we saw just a few minutes ago. And again, heading towards Tyner here, should be getting there here in just a few minutes. If you have a storm shelter, get into it. If you have a safe space, get into it. Nothing observed yet. Some storm spotters have seen some rotating wall clouds, but this is a high precipitation supercell, so don't try to get out and see it because it'll most likely be rain wrapped and you won't be able to see it here. Again, this tornado warning until 7:45 for radar indicated rotation. Nothing observed, no funnel clouds or tornadoes have been observed just quite yet, but we are continuing to watch this and we're still getting here. Again, high precipitation supercell, just keep on, or just don't try and watch it outside. Just get into your safe space. Again, right here getting close to Tyner. There's also some extremely large hail, 2-inch, 2.5-inch size hail with this storm that we're watching. That's what some of these other severe thunderstorm warnings are for, is for that hail from 2 to 2.5 inches, and then wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour. But again, this tornado warning is the main portion that we're watching. They just continued this tornado warning that's in effect for southwestern K County. It's not going to go away anytime soon, and it also has 1 3/4 inch, 1.75 inch diameter hail with this tornado warning. So again, this is a much stronger couplet than what we saw just a few minutes ago, and it's most likely rain wrapped. We're going to continue to watch it here, and it's moving extremely slowly here. You can see that this radar loop is about 15 minutes, and it hasn't really moved anywhere. Now, it also doesn't look like this radar is updating, which could also be another issue. Let's take here a look at the reflectivity, and it's not moving around much. So we haven't really gotten a new radar update here in the last few minutes, which is worrying. Maybe there's something wrong with the radar, but we're not getting any updates here over the last 15 minutes, so we don't quite know where it's at specifically, but it was moving towards Tyner. What we had the last time that we were tracking it was getting to Tyner just 2 minutes ago, and it's now supposed to be getting towards Altoona in just about 8 minutes here, 7 minutes. That's how long it's going to take to get there. Now, it looks like we maybe have some updates here a little bit, but we're still watching here. Let's take a look at the hail. This was from a few minutes ago. This white spot out there, 3-inch hail, 1.5 inch hail as well out there. That was out closer to the west of Blackwell and to the northeast of Eddy. But again, this tornado warning is what we're watching. It's in effect until 7:45 tonight. It's for portions of southeastern K County. And again, Tyner is right. If it hasn't already made it through there, it's just about to. But again, I think we're struggling with radar scans here because nothing is updating over the last 15 minutes. You can see here it's just a stable image. And normally we have new updates coming in from the radar about every 2 minutes. So not quite sure what's wrong here. I'm going to try to switch to a different radar. It's going to be a higher elevation, so see, not as good, but you can see here that now it's much further to the east than what it looked like. This is from the Oklahoma City radar, the Twin Lakes radar. Let's go back to base velocity. You can see here that this rotation is looking much higher up, or the radar is looking much higher up in the storm. So this is more likely the rotation that is currently inside the supercell, that mesocyclone, where you have those reds and greens together just to the north and east of Tyner. But also, this doesn't appear to be updating, so maybe we have an issue with our graphics. But right now, this is what we're seeing, and we're not getting very many updates here coming in. Okay, we're going to try to reboot here and see if we can get these. Oh, there we go. there are some new updates coming back in here in just a few minutes. And you can see where we had that rotation couplet that was a lot stronger. Now it's weakened quite a bit here. You can see the difference here between the stronger rotation couplet that we had at about 716, and now it's weakened as it's moved to the east and south here towards Altine. There's not much of a couplet now here anymore. Maybe something back further to the west towards Tyner, but it's not well defined. But that main couplet that we were watching that was stronger than the couplet that was there earlier today, just a few minutes ago, has now significantly weakened. National Weather Service is also stating that the area of rotation has weakened with some destructive interference from a storm that was just to the west. Let's see. The hospital in Blackwell, there is dime-sized hail at the hospital in Blackwell. And so they just continued one of the severe thunderstorms warning here. That's for southeastern Kay County until 7:45. 1 3/4 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts are the main threats with that storm. That's the storm that is tornado warned. They've just continued the severe thunderstorm warning. Now, that rotation has weakened over the past couple of scans. Now that we've gotten these updated scans, it has weakened quite a bit. You can see how tight it is there between the reds and the greens. And now that space between the reds and the greens have widened. That circulation has become a lot less well defined. I wouldn't be surprised if, just like a few minutes ago with that first tornado warning, if they cancel this tornado warning soon, just because of how wide this circulation has become. There's not much there anymore. Now, again, we're going to continue to watch this. This tornado warning is in effect until 7:45. You can see it updated here further to the west. And now Tyner is right on the western edge of this tornado warning. Again, we're going to continue to watch this here, but we are watching this area of rotation that looks to have disbanded. Now, they are highlighting a weak area of rotation south of Ponca City, right here. We'll move down towards it. Yeah, you can see it right there, much better, closer to 177. National Weather Service is noting this area of rotation. They haven't warned anything, nothing imminent yet, but just something to keep an eye on is this area of rotation further to the southwest of Ponca City. Let's go back to the reflectivity here. So you can see where we had this storm from the west kind of push into the east, or not, because we're not updating, we're not getting those updated radar scans for some reason. I'm not sure if we have an issue with the graphics there. May need to reboot here in a few minutes. But again, this tornado warning in effect until 7:45 p.m. This rotation has weakened significantly from just a few minutes ago, but there is large hail up to 2 inches, and then some parts have seen radar indicated portions of the storm showing 2.5-inch sized hail, and then 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts are also possible with these storms moving through Kay County, getting close to Ponca City. Now, we do have this tornado warning until 7:45. Again, let's pull up the hail. You can see here this black area. We take a look at it. 2-inch hail, and this is moving just to the north of Tyner and continuing to move to the southeast. You can see where we originally had that 2.5-inch hail, but it's starting to weaken, or 3+inch hail, sorry. But it's starting to weaken as it's moved to the southeast, kind of at the same time that rotation is weakened as that storm from the west is starting to interact with this main storm. Now, hopefully we can get some reflectivity updates here. Looks like we don't have much on this Vance Air Force Base radar, unfortunately. Hopefully we'll get some more updates there. We do have some updates on the base velocity, but they're coming in extremely late, about every 10 minutes for some reason, rather than the normal 2 to 3 radar updates that they have when it's in precipitation mode. So it scans very quickly at the low levels to give us very rapid updates and scans of the bottom part of that storm to look for any low-level rotation. And again, that area of stronger rotation that we had near Tyner, just to the northeast, has appeared to weaken as it's moved to the southeast. That tornado warning is in effect until 7:45 p.m. tonight. 1 3/4 sized hail with the tornado warning. For other parts of the severe thunderstorm warning, 2-inch hail, 2.5-inch hail also possible. Now, there is that smaller area of circulation to the southwest of Ponca City, but again, there's not much, it's not too strong yet. The National Weather Service is watching it, but there's no tornado warning imminent. They're saying right now it just looks like a weak mesocyclone right there on that county line between Osage and Kay County, and it'll be quickly crossing into Osage County soon. Now, we have this bundle of severe thunderstorm warnings. They're going to consolidate it into one severe thunderstorming here in a few minutes when it expires at 7:45. But we do have that tornado warning again until 7:45. We're hoping to get some more radar scans here. Unfortunately, we don't have much. We should be getting them every few minutes, but for some reason we're just not right now, and instead getting them every 10 to 8 minutes. So we're not really able to get that really good look at the bottom of the storm. But the good news is that this rotation has appeared to weaken just between these two radar scans significantly. You can see here is much stronger, and then now with this second scan, it's much broader. These reds and greens aren't as bright. They're not as close together. So luckily, that rotation has weakened as it's moved. Now again, we can just look at the reflectivity here and see all these reds, pinks, and blues here that we have. Lots of rain in these storms. These are high precipitation supercells, which means any rotation that is in them will likely be rain wrapped and we won't be able to see it. So don't try and get out and see it. If you're trying to see a wall cloud, funnel cloud, tornado, just get into your safe space here. This tornado warning is in effect here for the next 6 minutes. We haven't seen anything about them wanting to continue it, but with how much that rotation has weakened so far, I wouldn't be surprised if, like this the first tornado warning we had, I wouldn't be surprised if they cancel it here in a few minutes. I'm actually going to try and see if I can pull it up on my phone now to see if I can get an updated radar scan. And it looks like I can, but also it looks like it's coming in very slowly on my phone as well on the app I have here. Maybe there's an issue with the radar specifically, but yeah, the scans are only coming in now about every 10-ish minutes. The last update I had was 6 minutes ago on my phone. So maybe we have some issue with Advanced Air Force Base radar, but the scans we do have show significantly weakened rotation here over the last few scans. You can see that couplet that was there near Tyner has moved to the southeast and has gotten much more broad and a lot weaker. So we're going to continue to watch this here. We'll pull back up the hail, see if the hail has changed any. Okay, so we're getting some updates from the hail, which is nice. You can see that big blob of white there just to the northeast of Tyner. That was, if we pull up and we choose that color here, we're going to see that that's over 3-inch sized hail that radar was picking up. Now that is radar observed, so that's probably a little bit higher above the ground than when that hail was reaching the ground, so it probably melted some. They did have dime-sized hail at the hospital in Blackwell, but further out here towards Ponca City, some areas of 1/2-inch hail and 1.5-inch hail just to the north of Ponca City. These darkish purples here are going to be 1/2-inch hail, and as you get lighter, you get larger sized hail. So up here, you know, these middle purplish colors here are 1-inch hail, and the lighter you get, that color just before the black is 1.5-inch hail. Let's go back to the base velocity, see if we can get some sort of update here on the radar scans. And unfortunately, it just looks like we're not able to get any velocity updates here. We got the one here at 7:15 where we had that strong couplet, and then we get one right at about 7:30 that shows that weaker couplet, but we don't have much past that, unfortunately. Let's go back to the reflectivity, see if we can see anything there. And again, not much update, unfortunately. Okay, there's a big update. I'll stop looping it here so we can look at this one. So we had this storm that was near Tonkawa, and it has moved to the east and to the northeast, and that's what's kind of killed this rotation out here to the east of Tyner, and then again further east towards Otween. Now, we are watching this tornado warning in effect until 7:45, but if we go back to the velocity, that couplet just really isn't there anymore. We're waiting to see if maybe it's an issue on our end for this, that the radar isn't quite updating. Okay, there we go. We got one more update here right at the end. You can see maybe some more rotation just to the south of Ponca City here. You can see this area of rotation, and right here, just to the south of Ponca City. That's kind of the main area that we were watching. That's what some of the spotters have been watching, and that's what we've been getting some messages about here in the National Weather Service chat. The Blackwell Mesonet site had a 59 mile per hour wind gust from the north, so again, we've seen dime-sized hail observed at the ground, and now 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts observed at the ground. So even if there's not a tornado, these are strong thunderstorms capable of producing up to dime-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. There may be some areas of hail that are even larger than dime size, maybe up to 2-inch size hail. That's what some of these warnings are for here. This past thunderstorm warning that just got issued has wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour now. So we're going to continue to watch this. There is a little bit of bowing in the reflectivity towards Ponca City here. Again, we can't really see it too well just because we don't have those continuous loops. But maybe right about here is where they're talking about just south of Altoona and Tonkawa and south of Ponca City right here, where we have this little bit of bowing starting to occur. That's where they're going to be looking for some more damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour. That's why they have that 70 mile per hour with the severe thunderstorm warning. But again, this rotation has luckily decreased quite a bit over the past few scans, and this tornado warning should be soon expiring here at 7:44, and it's set to expire at 7:45. That they're going to allow this tornado warning to expire. But again, this larger severe thunderstorm warning that they've just issued, it extends towards Clay, and then you can see here the divide between the Norman National Weather Service office and then the Tulsa National Weather Service office. They had this severe thunderstorm warning out here in Osage County, and then the Norman office has issued this severe thunderstorm warning through Clay County. So this tornado warning is going to be set to expire here in 1 minute. Again, the rotation there is gone. We are watching this bit of a bowing segment here just to the south of Tonkawa and Altoona, and we're just going to continue to watch that, mainly for some stronger winds up to 70 miles an hour. Dime-sized hail was observed here in Blackwell as well as 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, but luckily this tornado threat and this tornado warning, and there it is. It is expired now. But again, just be careful with these stronger wind gusts and these larger sized hail, but that'll be it from us.
The warning came out, and it's like, all right, we only have a few more things left to get. Let's get them. Of course, the line that we picked was like long, and then
Sweet. Thank you all so much.